七一七七一齐七一齐七一气七齐起气。
Hello，我是张老师。到 Chinese, we talk about to say 3 very difficult words for us, for Southerners and also for foreigners. I'm pretty sure it's called 鸡、七、吃、吃。I have to be careful about it because 七一七this one 七 and then 吃and then 吃 so remember we have this diagram make things actually much easier because in Hanyu Pinyin is 3 things involved. Come up with a syllable. It's initial, final, and tones. Initial is very important. It's the position of your tongue, the tip of your tongue, the braid of your tongue, and the teeth and heart and soul palate, the relationship. And then of course, final is the 39 of them. Final associated with tones, so it had pitch to it. So it's different from initial. So you have to understand that in order to master this subtle difference. And believe me, we have the system for you. But right now, outside, I got so frustrated. It's not possible because not systematic for foreigners, for people actually learning Chinese, Southern China. So the first word Q is where's the tip of your tongue? Is tip of your tongue under the back teeth, the lower back teeth that put your tongue there, and the braid of your tongue touch hard palate there, and then so between the hard palate and the tongue, the gap there, you say chi, and then the final is e. Also, tip of the tongue is underneath the lower teeth. That's why chi, and then of course, and then the tones is so do re mi fa so chi. So chi would be the syllable. And then syllable, you have so many Chinese homonyms there, and then you start to write and then memorize. That's the only way you can do. You cannot get around with it. And then the second one is qi. So mi so is tricky because do re mi fa so mi so yi qi. It's not normally, so you have to use to it because we have music, and then you can standardize the tone. So you hear the tone each time the same, but outside, sorry, every teacher say different tones, so it's not standardized. Yeah, it's me so, but a lot of people, when you say music, a lot of people out tunes. And then, but each one say they know it. And then re do fa qi yi qi, and then so do qi, and then there's homonyms there. And then we come up with qi. So this is same pronunciation except the tip of the tongue. Now instead of the lower back teeth, the upper back teeth there, the tip of tongue touch, and then between the tip of tongue and the back of the tip, there's a little gap, a little bit. So the sound is very little. And then with yi sound, yi, and then of course instead of yi is I1 because it's the tip of tongue is on the upper back teeth there. That when you say yi with your tip of your tongue on the upper teeth, that the qi yi ci, so qi yi ci, qi yi ci, qi yi ci, qi yi ci. So you can deduce logic. You can match it and see if you do it right. And now I might not be doing 100% correct, but the system, you need to understand how the system works, okay? And then chi. Now, chew your tongue. What's ch is the same. Aspirate the blowing out chi between chew your tongue. So tip your teeth is touching what? The gum line of the upper teeth, the gum. So the gum line is between that and the hard palate there. So you tip your tongue tilt towards that part, and then don't move your tongue anymore. And because that's why we say I2 is not different from I1, I2. This when you tip your tongue, touch up there, say the word yi. So come up with the like yi. So chi, 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 chi. So you have to theoretically, logically understand how they pronounce first, and then match the tip of your tongue in that position, and then with the tones, and come up with approximate. But because we standardize it, so each time you go through the same thing, so sooner like that you know it, and then that's it, and of course come with different Chinese homonyms. So the I is yi, tip of tongue, the lower back teeth, and then this is tip of tongue on the upper teeth there, yi, and then chew your tongue towards the gum line, yi, So that's how the pronunciation. But and of course at the school they missing it 11. It should be 39 finals, but they cut it to 24. So they don't have I or just E one. But now it's supposed E. But in order to understand, you must E. No other way out of it, because that's the way it's supposed to pronounce together with the yin or the syllables. That's the only way. Hey man, you have to understand that. And then once you master that, because you master the system, going to the first principle, as must say, you go to the first principle. What make up the sound? Initial, final, and tones, and they come with that. You go back to that, and you don't want to the branches. You look at what you say. This outside, but it's going to the root of it. The root is initial, final, and then the tones come with the syllable, and then each syllable has many Chinese homonyms, and then the homonyms that you start to write, and then to memorize it, and then that's how you crack Chinese character, Chinese wisdom, and then you learn the Tao Te Ching. So, and I really wish you guys can learn the Tao Te Ching. It's about 800 words of Tao Te Ching, but in Chinese words 3,000, 6,000. commonly used. So it's much easier to learn Tao Te Ching, and then you can learn more. But anyway, that's my wish. And all right, thank you. I love you from Yangshuo.
吃，吃鹅，迟。